The Washington Post released a report about Ivanka Trump that reveals how she used her personal email to conduct official government business. In other words, she pulled a Hillary.
Makes sense.
So as Carol Loenig and Josh Dawsey of the Washington Post report, Ivanka Trump sent hundreds of emails last year to White House aides, cabinet officials, and her assistants using a personal account, many of them in violation of federal records rules, according to people familiar with the White House examination of her correspondence. White House ethics officials learned of Trump's repeated use of personal email when reviewing emails gathered last fall by 5 cabinet agencies to respond to a public records lawsuit. That review revealed that throughout much of 2017, she often discussed or relayed official White House business using a private email account with a domain that she shares with her husband, Jared Kushner. The discovery alarmed some advisors to President Trump, who feared that his daughter's practices bore similarities to the personal email use of Hillary Clinton, an issue he made a focus of his 2016 campaign. He attacked his Democratic challenger as untrustworthy and dubbed her Crooked Hillary for using a personal email account as Secretary of State. Yeah, so this is definitely an interesting story. And look, is there a similarity to this story and the Hillary Clinton email server story? Absolutely. But to be fair to Ivanka Trump, there are some key differences. For one, Hillary Clinton did in fact set up a private email server, which is unprecedented. And additionally, she deleted thousands of emails before handing over the rest of those emails to the FBI. So, to be fair to Ivanka, this isn't necessarily the same thing, but the reason why the FBI was investigating Hillary Clinton was to determine whether or not she sent or received classified emails while using her unsecured personal email account. And since Ivanka Trump also used her personal email to conduct official government business, I think it's also fair to say that we need to evaluate whether or not she inadvertently sent or received classified information as well. Now, I will say this, the likelihood that Ivanka Trump inadvertently sent or received classified information using her unsecured personal email account is probably low when juxtaposed with Hillary Clinton, because Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State. So if you're exclusively using your personal unsecured email to conduct business on behalf of the United States government, odds are you're going to end up sending or receiving emails that are classified. Now, that's not necessarily likely going to be the case with Ivanka Trump, but it still begs the question, why would she use her personal email for official government business? And that's where the similarities with the Hillary Clinton case really come into play, because the question is, what is Ivanka Trump trying to hide? Why do you think that Hillary Clinton wanted to use her personal email to conduct official government business? Because maybe she was trying to hide some conflicts of interest between her State Department and the Clinton Foundation. Maybe she wanted to hide those pay-to-play deals. She wanted to make sure that her personal email wasn't subject to FOIA requests. Now, it's also the case that there's a conflict of interest with Ivanka Trump, because she has a clothing brand that personally benefits her. And conspicuously enough, on the day Trump met with the Chinese president, trademarks for Ivanka Trump's clothing brand were conspicuously approved. So it wouldn't be surprising if we learned that Ivanka Trump, like her father, used her position of power to personally enrich herself, because we all know that the Trump family is notoriously corrupt. So we can also deduce that maybe Ivanka Trump wanted to use her personal email account so that way any business dealings that conflicted with her government work and her clothing brand wouldn't be subject to FOIA requests. Maybe she could hide that corruption away. Now, I don't know, but what I'm saying is that if we want to be consistent and hold Ivanka Trump to the same standard as Hillary Clinton, then at a minimum, as Senator Blumenthal puts it, there should at least be some type of investigative effort into Ivanka Trump, because she may have received or sent classified information. There may be conflicts of interests that she was trying to cover up. And really, there should just be an effort to determine whether or not she's guilty of some wrongdoing. She may not have broken any laws, but that's why there should be an investigation. Now, in the event the FBI does conduct an investigation into Ivanka Trump over this and concludes that there was some sort of wrongdoing or illegal behavior here, Ivanka should be indicted. That's the obvious and reasonable conclusion, because we shouldn't live in a two-tier justice system. I'll say the same thing now that I said back when Hillary Clinton was under investigation. When peasants like Brian Nishimura are prosecuted for illegally transmitting classified emails, but people like Hillary Clinton or possibly Ivanka Trump get away with it, that's not fair. Now, certainly there are some differences here. That doesn't make this as problematic as Hillary Clinton setting up her own server to do official government business. But at the same time, is this a gigantic red flag, especially seeing that there's already this conflict of interest with Ivanka Trump and her clothing brand? Absolutely. So I'm asking conservatives who were vocal, rightfully so, again, you were right to call Hillary Clinton out for this, to join me now in calling for an investigation into Ivanka Trump, because this isn't just important as a matter of justice, but principle as well, because if you're going to hold Hillary Clinton to a certain standard and accuse her of breaking the law, which she did technically, then you should also be equally critical of others who do something similar to what Hillary Clinton did. So will conservatives join me in calling for an investigation into Ivanka Trump? Didn't think so.
Support this podcast by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Humanist Report.